To be saved also means to be born of God. It means to be born of God. Salvation is a spiritual resurrection, a new birth, not of human will, but of the Spirit. John chapter 1, verse 12, started by saying, as many that receive him, he gave them the right or the power to become the sons of God. So as many that receive him, he gave them the right to become children of God. But you see, you might just think that, oh, anybody who believes, because as many that believes, oh, everybody who believes receives the power. Of course, in a way, yes, as many that believe. But how sure are you that the belief itself, that the person who claimed to believe really believe? Because there are people who believed Jesus and their faith was not genuine. He knows that their faith is not authentic. It was not bettered by the Spirit. It was in the flesh, and the flesh profit nothing. The flesh profit nothing. So not the faith that is of the flesh can save a man. The faith that can save a man is the faith that is produced by hearing of the gospel. Faith coming by hearing, and hearing of the gospel of God. So someone can believe in vain. That's what 1 Corinthians chapter 15, when Paul was speaking to the church in Corinth, verse 1 and 2. He said, I know the gospel I preached to you, except you believed in vain. So there are people who believed in vain, empty belief. They did not believe what was preached. And Paul was also talking about 1 Corinthians chapter 2, verse 5. He said, there is a faith that stands on the wisdom of man, not on the power of God, which is the gospel. So faith that is bettered by the gospel is genuine. But what faith can look like genuine faith to man, but to God, God knows. Jesus knows all man. He knows what is in the heart of man. So there are people who claim they believe in the gospel, but their faith is not genuine. So that's why verse 13 of that 1 John 1 verse 12 says, children who are born not of flesh, not of the will of man, not of blood, born of God. So it's not the will of man, it's not the will of the flesh. You can't be born again by the will of the flesh. That's why James chapter 1 clearly stated, say, of his own will has he begotten us. Has he begotten us that we might be what? That we might be the first fruit of his creation, of his own will. So we are not born by our will, we are born by the will of God. Just like in the physical giving birth, it is a mother that pushes for a child to come out. A child may not be conscious, a child may not know what he's doing, but the mother pushes the child and brings forth the child and births the child. So the birthing comes from the mother, not from the child himself. So this is important, and we need to know this. So we are born of imperishable seeds. The word of God is what does that. We are born by the word of God. We are born of the Spirit. So the Spirit of God is what who does the birthing. He that is born of the Spirit is like a wind that blows. No one knows where it's coming from, where it's going to. That is how it is, those who are born of the Spirit. So to be born again is not something we do yourself. So salvation is not of man. It's not of man. It's not of yourself. To be saved is not of yourself. It is the grace of God and through faith. And the faith is not of ourselves. It's a gift that comes through the gospel. So there are a lot of people who believe they believe the gospel and who think they are saved. But honestly, many people are not saved. So it's important to know that there are evidences that shows, there are marks that shows people are genuinely saved.